Hey everybody, this is a different video because I'm talking about 1923 season 2 episode 6. So that is the episode that just came out on March 30th. Now, I don't know about you, but I have been glued to every new episode. It's just wildly exciting, right? Wildly exciting. And there are two inconsistencies. One I had noticed before and thought, well, okay. And the other one is specific, completely new to this latest episode. Now, the first one that I noticed before has to do with the vehicles. Because what I'm noticing is vehicles, the radiators in 1923 did not have a chemical fluid in them. They had water in them. So what would happen when you wanted to drive in winter is they would actually have to light a fire under the radiator so that the water would thaw and then they could drive. So this is something that I've noticed is missing. And I go, I bet if there's any history buffs watching, they might find that information interesting. And now, how do I know that? I actually grew up on a farm, and my first when I got a sociology degree, I was a research assistant, and I looked at farm equipment, and so I discovered that little factoid about radiators in early vehicles then, and it's something I have always remembered. Now the second one that I'm gonna about that I think disturbs me more is I am from the Great Plains. Only in Canada we call them the prairies. And what's interesting is the people in this part of the world, the people who settled here from Europe. I mean, this is a really, really difficult part of the world. In winter, it gets down to minus 40, 40 below. In the 1920s, there wasn't good insulation in homes. That car that Alexandra was driving in, there would have been no heater as well. It was really, really tough. And what happened for people to survive is they actually was a fair bit of supporting each other. So what I found really disturbing is the scene when Alexandra and the couple from Chicago who decided to drive her out west, when they stopped for gas in Buffalo, Wyoming, and I have driven through Buffalo, I've stayed in Buffalo, the woman behind the counter told Alexandra, well, you'll only get to Sheridan because there's no gas stations afterwards. And there was no sign of Alexandra sharing that with the driver. But what I found really bizarre was that these people who understand survival, you take care of each other, there was no indication that the man who was filling up the vehicle, that he told the driver. What I would have expected if it was more accurate is they would have said, this is a blizzard. You're lucky you got here. Stay with us. Now, it wouldn't have been as exciting or as horrific, but it would have been more accurate. And I think it does a disservice to the people of the Great Plains because Buffalo is still on the plains. It's just the mountains are just to the west of it. I think it does a disservice. So that is I guess it's a bit of a rant in otherwise a show that I am so very much enjoying. Anyway, take care. Let me know what you think.